She did not have her sound off.
I know, but did you see how rapidly?
You did. You moved like a little
I was like,
I don't know what moves fast.
Cat on a genie bug.
Yeah, that's it. That's the stuff. Hello, everybody. This is P over here.
M over there.
Patricia.
Mariah.
And together
we are PM Artist Studio.
I'm a little.
I'm a little.
Oh gosh. Okay. Anyway, we got lots of things going on, y'all. Lots of things. It is Thursday Thought, so we will be thoughting. There will be some arting. I don't know of what sorts, but we do need to discuss zines a little bit further because we're all getting knowed up on this. I had a little conversation with P yesterday, and she's like, "Oh, yeah, that makes more like we're getting there." So we need to pass that along to y'all because I think that it is. If she feels that way, I knew there were going to be some others, and we'll get all knowed up together. Y'all, we will. In the meantime, do say hello in the chat so we can say hello back. See all those lovely pinky hello hands? Be one of those. And if you're watching in the replay, that's okay.
Just reply.
Yes, just reply in those comments below. But most of all, would you please give those thumbsy upsies right now when you're thinking about it? You're here, just jump right in a boop. That little thing right down, it's this thing, and you go, boop. That's how you do it. There you go. Spreading information from, like 1 minute in. Look at us getting people. All right. Participants. Okay. We have Art Curious by MNW. That is Miriam. Betsy. Carl Miller. That's Kathy. Carrie is here. Colleen. Cookie Wookie. That's Mo. Darcy. Deb C. Devin Rex for Art. That is Yolande. Estella. Yanka. Jeanette, a.k.a. Janet. Jennifer McKinnon. Kathy. Lydia. Who popped in there? Let's see here. Maybe Ari. Hello, Ari, and welcome. Let's see here. Okay. Lydia. Marcy. Mark is here. Paula. Penka. Ricky. Sophia. The Shelley Studio. Tina Schwanberg. Trish Coogan. Zenjen. All right, now a little update on things going on in North Carolina. I still have not heard from Lynn, which Lynn.
Yeah, we're
worried about you.
concerned.
I reached out to a couple of things, and so we're doing what we can from here. As soon as I hear anything, I will let y'all know because I know that y'all are equally as worried. So,
well, Mariah, you contacted.
I did a wellness check via their website, so no need to do that. They say don't do duplicates, so I guess it's kind of good that I'm letting y'all know that. But I did it through the United Way, North Carolina. So if you are looking for people, they have a great website there that lets people know. Yes, we are talking about Silver Granny and Grumpy Gnome in North Carolina because they're like in the area where it's like really bad.
Yeah, downstream from Asheville.
I'm assuming, fingers crossed. I mean, we'll keep our thoughts all positive at this moment in time that hopefully it's just a matter that it is bad there and that they just can't power lines that sort of thing.
Because they're not in a municipality, they're in a
and I think even in the municipality I'm thinking it's still a struggle for power, internet, and all that.
Asheville certainly looked that way. I don't know they don't tell you where. They show you a lot of pictures, but they don't always say where they are. Yeah, so you don't know.
One of my suggestions would be I would really love like kind of an overlay of map, like kind of like just giving updates on like service areas and hey, we've kind of checked this zone. I know that's a big ask. Once again, I mean these are people that are most of the time it's volunteers and things, and it's like especially at this state of
they probably
that's the least of their concerns.
do know that I did hear that they were coordinating a map, doing sort of what you just said, so that people are not duplicating services and trying to hit the same area where somebody else is already there, that they can go someplace else. So maybe that will be made public soon.
Yeah. So
is what I'm
and if y'all hear anything, you just let us know, and then we'll try to let everybody else know too. So cool.
Absolutely.
Alrighty, so Thursday thoughting.
Well, the first thing, as soon as I finish with talking about, my idea of a zine, I'm going to show you this one and go through it and show you what it is all about.
Now that she knows.
Now that I know. I actually, I just kind of looked at this and thumbed through it and thought, oh, that's nice. But I really didn't read. I'm going to read you about this guy. This is a cool dude.
Sometimes I find good information. It's just whether or not people are willing to engage with that information that I find.
Sometimes I feel a little overwhelmed by all the
information.
All the things that I've been handed. Like I have three layers of stamps back over here behind me that we're going to try to address today. Hopefully.
Yes.
All right. So, discussion on the zine. And I loved Colleen. She says, well, I thought I knew what they were until I listened to you guys, and then I don't know if I know.
And I think that's when I saw that comment, and then I came up here and I was like, hey, here's the stuff. And then we started talking about it. I'm like, yeah, you don't really have a grasp of what the thing is either.
But here's the thing. You know how I approach instructions, directions, suggestions, etc. It's not that I don't want to. It's that I really just, I can't take it all in to make it all come together for what is in me.
Yeah.
So I just have to say, blow it off. This is how I'm going to start it. And I'm going to tell you how I'm going to do this. I don't know that this is going to be helpful.
And
that's my disclaimer starting it out.
This is like with any project. We have this disclaimer of this is the idea. Most likely it is not, by the end of it, will not resemble, there'll be parts.
Okay, it's oddly non-specific, and it's certainly.
It's backwards for y'all.
Shallow, not concrete.
Yep.
Keep that in mind. All right.
I know.
Oh.
He's over here with me.
All right.
He's gonna.
So, we're starting a project, right? That's where we are right now. We are at the very dad-blasted beginning of this thing. I know nothing about what I'm going to do right now, except I'm taking it in stages. Stage 1. What are my thoughts? Okay. Making many things that might work, knowing most of them won't be used. Think Jello. And be not afraid to wiggle about, break off, melt down, tumble about like I don't know what that word is.
Hey, you
tumble about with unlike-minded cubes. Unlike-minded cubes, think of Jello. Add sprinkles, finger paint with the jelly goo.
Put some whipped cream on it. Check your blood sugar.
Stage 1. Stage 1. I'm going to repeat this sentence because I was being a little silly and I want to drive this home. Making many things that might work, knowing most of them won't be used. Okay. But that's that part. This is really my favorite stage. And I allow myself to indulge in side quests. You all know I have a shirt that says that. Oh, just
maybe in your zine
shirt today. Isn't this the other shirt from Scotty Ross?
Yes, that's the main one from Scotty.
This is the main one from Scotty. I'm getting.
She's trying to get a new one, but like it's
very difficult. Yeah.
She's
when
a
you're
busy
dealing
woman
with artistic people and they're kind of the same ilk that you are, they're kind of
hard to meet up and get people paid.
Yeah, it's been a whip.
Love
you, Scotty. Pinky swear.
Yeah,
okay, this really is my favorite stage, and I allow myself to indulge in side quests, and this can be a rabbit hole. Still, it can become that very something that could never have been had you not gone awry exploring and wondering. Then, sometimes, not always, an idea begins to take shape. Seminal, to be sure, but there is a pull towards something. You feel it. You feel it in your gut. It's like, okay, I'm getting a handle on this. This is when stage 2 starts to kind of come into. Because you've got a pile of crap. Well, at least I do.
Yeah.
Looking at, evaluating, thinking about how what is there is going to work with what the vision is. The gel is still in liquid form at this stage, but it's beginning to set up around the edges. It's beginning to gain form. Is that a good visual? I thought that. I'm ready for you all to see lots of hearts floating around.
I got it.
Yeah, they're all still saying hello and everything. Are all listening to me?
Yeah, you're probably back in the chat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're listening.
Excellent. Stage 3. Multiple parts are beginning to have a cohesive feel. They have a sense of belonging. They like each other. As this coalescence continues, details become part of the visual dialogue and help the story become more concrete. Smiley face. This is how my creative bent works. I can only speak to what works for me, obviously. I do concede that I am difficult to work with, frustrating, scattered. Hang in there because the end results will be really awesome.
Yes.
Okay.
Hey,
so
I think you should turn that into your zine, and then that's just the little book that you get to give out, because it has lots of visual ability. Like you could do some cool little doodle things. So if you just and let's think about it like in a storyboard situation, because once again, this is where I can chime in and go. A true zine, in its form that why it became called a zine, is that it is a reproducible little book of some sort. It could be that you are a cartoonist, a photographer, you wanted to just write up a little storybook or whatever, but it could be reproduced, not in like mass, not like a true publication, but it's a self-publication. And then that way you could hand it out or sell little smaller books at an affordable price that are easily reproducible. So I think it would be cool if you created little storyboards and then we could photograph it and make sure that it gets into a book of some sort.
I really like that idea. I don't know if I want to do that, but
But there's an idea.
I'm considering it.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm going to read to you about this.
Do you want me to go top side?
I don't want you to quite yet, because I'm just going to read this. Lewis Bush is the person that wrote this. It's London. Mm-hmm. I'm assuming he is a Londonite, because that's where most of this is from. Anyway, if you want to know more about him, just go to lewisbush.com. Oh, you can also shop. He sells stuff too.
Yeah, that's where I bought. So the
shop.lewisbush.com.
Right. So the little folding guide for the different types of a zine binding guide. Again, apologies that it's backwards. That's my thing here. But I purchased that from him. It has the lewisbush.com, but I'll put a link to that below and y'all can.
Okay. Well, he is a writer, researcher, and educator. He's worked in international development, public health. He also began to work increasingly with photography from 2012 onwards, developing long-term projects which draw heavily on his training and background as a researcher. His projects have been nominated and shortlisted for prizes, including the Care of Berlin Talent Award, and there's a whole bunch of them here. I mean, His books and prints are held in institutional and private collections, including the Museum of London, the Victoria and Albert Museum, the Tate Library, the Foreign and Commonwealth Office, the Library of Congress, the Getty Research Institute, Art Institute of Chicago, the Wend Museum, Luma Foundation, and the Deutsche National Bibliothek. As a writer, he's contributed to a range of specialist and non-specialist titles, including a whole bunch of magazines I never heard of. He's a PhD candidate at the London School of Economics, Department of Media and Communications, where he is researching the implications of computer vision for photojournalism and, by extension, for democracy, funded by an Economic and Social Research Council grant. But that is what this is about, because the title is, okay, now you can, top side, is called Picturing Power. And it was produced just last year.
And the reason it's a little warpy, because remember, it arrived very wet.
sopping wet.
I'm actually quite pleased at how well it sort of has held up.
The camera obscured, and that's kind of a thing on the camera obscura, which is what, you know, the little pinhole thing. Okay, that's 2012. The Memory of History, and I'll tell you about these in just a minute. War Primer 3. Notice these little heads up there. Each page of victory. Metropole. Shadows of the State.
I love that photograph.
Depravity's Rainbow.
I really like that one too.
Trading Zones. Ongoing. Ways of Seeing Algorithmically. Something I'm very concerned about. All right, now I'm going to tell you about each one of those pages. The Camera Obscured. Using homemade camera obscuras to explore fears about photography in the age of counterterrorism and pervasive surveillance. Memory of History. Revealing the use and abuse of the past in the context of the economic turmoil across 10 European countries at the height of Eurozone crisis. War Primer 3. Making an appropriative work of art in order to critique the hypocrisy of its makers and the inequitable economics of the art world. Metropole. Documenting the damaging effect of property speculation and development on London and its communities through multiple exposures and open source investigations. Shadows of the State. Turning the technologies and practices of spying against their users to reveal the previously known geography of the spy radio stations known as numbers stations. Depravity's Rainbow. Uncovering the dark foundations of a space exploration in the Second World War and Holocaust through archival research and visits to the forgotten birthplaces of rocketry. Exploring the practices and cultures of opaque and unaccountable offshore finances through the relationship between the City of London and the Bailiwick of Jersey. Ways of Seeing Algorithmically. Employing augmented reality to hijack and update John Berger's 1972 art history classic into a primer on the politics of computer vision. And here's his artist statement. I search for ways to make forms of contemporary power visible and legible. Over the course of a decade, I have produced a series of long-term projects, each focusing on a specific form of power. These have ranged from examining the hard power of opaque security organizations and advanced technological systems to the more abstract power to reshape collective memory or manipulate international financial systems. And that's what this zine is about.
And they sent me that for free.
And I
know. I was very pleased with.
I mean, you know, it's a cool little thing. It'd be a lot cooler if it hadn't gotten wet, but yeah. And I think, you know, somebody mentioned words, and you know how I feel. I don't use words with my art very often because my art, I feel like, is about the art. I do sometimes use words.
We have, but it's
in relationship to maybe a collage where it's appropriate for that. But when I'm really focused on my artwork, I don't like the words there. I think they distract from the image.
Well, or a lot of times what we have done is like it'll be a flip over tag thing, and then usually it's a quote that we feel like kind of goes with it. But it doesn't. It's usually kind of hidden, and you have to discover it a lot of time. I don't know if we want to whip out. We love whipping out our books. Why not?
Yeah, we love whipping out our books, and especially if it's something that's going to help people get ideas for their zine. I do know, as I was looking at this and thinking about what I wanted to do, I'm not going to go for the small venue. I want to do something a little larger because I think it's going to be more. I want to use some of the things that I just got today, basically. Okay. Yeah.
And hello, Holly. Hello, Patty. And hello, Dawn.
Okay.
No, lots of y'all have come in.
This stuff is really very catchy.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily a good way. All right. So this is a perfect example. Oh no.
What?
Let me.
Oh, does it need a little gluing? This is Wisdom in Technicolor. That is the name of this book.
Because it has a ton of wisdom in it, but it has so many other things besides that. And you know, when I was doing this with Mariah.
Oh, good call, Deb. A folded half sheet zine. So basically, you know, you just fold it into 4. You can do that.
Well, this I think is more of a half.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then you can put multiple pages together if you want. You could glue them.
They put theirs together with a big old stapler. We should get a big, long stapler.
I'm glad that you said that because I was thinking about that today, but then I was like, is that kind of one of those things that we'll use like once a year?
All right. So you can see this is transfer.
Maybe we start making more zines.
Maybe we do. I don't know. I like that idea, really.
I do too.
But now look at this. I mean, you know, I don't have to tell you who's this here.
Wisdom in Technicolor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I wrote out the
Yeah, she's in charge of writing.
This is from Nikki Rowe. Some days I am the artist, other days I am the art, and when life gets really weird, I become both. Hey, I like that a lot. But then, you know, of course, these are my gel prints, but Mariah, you know, she took them and did things to them.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous?
That's some of,
Is that some of Lisa's paper?
Uh-huh. Serious Hecka. I don't...
Okay, and here's just a plain little, I used to make tons of these.
Mm-hmm.
There are always flowers for those who want to see them. This is a cute little booger from Terra Gibson Art.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I love that little.
Oh, she's very clever with her little fluffy things and whatnot.
She is. She does some really excellent journal. Okay, and I think this is really. Of course, you can see Mariah has her little.
It used to be fluffier, but you know, once it's in the book,
it gets. The beautiful thing about learning is nobody can take it from you. B.B. King.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now I think something here. I don't know if it does something or.
Oh.
Does it, Mariah? Is it just a loosey-goosey part?
And Dawn, this will warm your heart. This was also the book that I created during our. This was mine. So we did a 3-way swap kind of thing with Judy P. and Lisa from Series Hecka. Judy P. has passed on. But we have these lovely memories of, I mean, because I got a lot of Judy P stuff. You got a lot of Lisa's stuff. Because it was like purple and green and all Lisa-ish.
This is really cool because this is modeling paste on paper towel.
Uh-huh. And by the way, now this one that actually glued down that's very rare though. You don't see the writing on most of the pages and things. That's not a typical.
Oh, I'm so proud of that little piece of paper there. Oh, where's my handy dandy? There we go. Look at these little.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, anytime you see anything that's extraneously glued on, you know that I didn't do that. I wish you could feel this. Mm-hmm. I don't know how did you make that, gluing that down like that? Okay,
so the key is, and it was a really fluffy, like this 2-ply of paper towel, and it just so happened I was kind of one of the nicer, you know, paper towels, more fluffy one. But once you peel it, And then if you use glue stick and go lightly with it, then the glue doesn't come through and it still is very felty feeling.
So.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we should probably move on though. Like, I was thinking you were just going to show one page.
Okay,
or so.
all right. Y'all get the idea.
There's like videos of this. I think we built some of it. I can't remember. It's just so crazy because any time before we streamed, there usually were videos or fast forward videos and sometimes multiple ones. But I feel like there might be both streams with this, but then also fast forward video.
Yeah, I don't really know that either.
And we flipped through this thing before.
Okay. Yeah, we have. And you've all seen it. But the thing about it is, I mean, when you look at that, okay, there aren't any words. But as soon as you start turning things over and pulling things out, there are words. And that's how I like to approach it. I mean, really, honestly, I do. And that's what I was thinking about when I was looking at this. Because it's not necessarily, and what you could do is just like he did here, where you have these little
blockouts, little blocks of text.
Yeah, where
call outs.
It tells you more about what is going on with that particular.
Right.
And I think that would be especially appropriate if you were doing something like a process or a specific
kind of a how-to, either a technique or
a technique. You're naming it, you're claiming it, you're giving it, you know, that little bit of autobiographical info. And I think that's really, because I have tons of photographs. I could do something like this.
Well, and we kind of did a little bit of that. You guys saw when we gave the examples in the last one with what is that one called? Is that one weathered? I think that we called that one weathered. But she had tucked all those photos that were kind of the inspiration for the colors and the thing. You know, each thing kind of fed the other.
And I was going to work them into that, but I just felt like I every time I tried to do it, it just didn't feel right. So Mariah, you know, we talked about it for a long time, and and I was all, I was so depressed because it wasn't working out, and I had those wonderful photos that she had made for me, and I'm just going to.
I will say that you have gotten much better about not getting all in a funk. Like, she's just been days in a funk, and I'm like, you need to move along and like get some art done, because like this little pouty business, like, let's figure this out.
Well, when we were just when you're streaming like 4 times a week.
Oh goodness, we were doing it once a week then.
Yeah, well, I had time to get over it. But now I don't have as much downtime.
That's right. You just got to get over it.
I got to get over it fast.
Keep yourself busy.
Keep myself busy. All right. So basically, I really like the idea that Mariah just presented me with. But here was my idea before that. Oh gosh, the bridge table is still on the table back here.
Okay.
This is always kind of.
Yeah, I'm watching with like. Hold your breath, y'all.
I made it. Okay, so let's just get right into it. I want to show you what I've got and what I want to do today. Now, this wasn't the first batch of stuff I received. I'm kind of going out of order here. Is that all right, Mariah? I don't have to have a.
Oh no, not at all. Like, yeah, I mean, keep your little chickens together, because those are sets.
The chickens are a set. And this is how, okay. So she said, all right, which chicken is your favorite chicken? Now, which one is your least favorite chicken? So that's how we discovered these sets. So this right here is my all-time favorite. Look at that chicken.
No, that's not. It's the one with the Groucho marks, that set next to it. With the Groucho marks, the big eyes. Yeah, that one. That was your favorite.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, that one is, because I love the eyelashes.
There wasn't a bad chicken in the bunch, but it was like, chicken. Okay, who should go with who?
I do like that one, too. And I do like this one because I really like the little X's on that one. And I like this one because this chicken over here is going.
Or you could buy all 6.
You can
and
buy
you have all
6.
the chickens.
And this one over here is kind of doing a little sit down, as far as I'm concerned. You know, jumped up in there and slid out from under it. And this one here is definitely reacting to this one. But I watched this. I think she's on MS and Joy
Reid,
the black woman. She's got big eyelashes and
oh yes,
really, and she always has wonderful. I always think of you when I see her eyeshadow. But she's just so wonderful, and Nicole, the other one,
yes,
you know, with the long brown hair.
It is not brown. That's like she's blondish.
Okay, blondish brown.
Yeah.
Hair, and she mentioned her lovely
eyeshadow and stuff.
Her eyelashes.
Mm-hmm.
She said that. Yes.
I miss wearing eyelashes. I used to wear eyelashes all the time, and then I'd like stick them to the mirror. And
I just think this chicken is just like, you know, that little foot up in the air when, you know, you saw Audrey Hepburn, you know, kissing Cary Grant, and she'd lift her foot up in the air. That's the kind of.
That's that chicken.
That's that chicken.
So, I was thinking it's more Groucho Marx with the really thick eyebrows.
Oh, those are eyelashes. Those are eyebrows.
Okay.
Right. Gosh. Okay, now, this is really interesting. You've got to look at this very closely because the details in this are incredible. Am I in the right place here?
You were doing very well.
Look at this.
Oh, hello, Dee Dee.
I mean, I just think this is exquisite. And Mariah can tell you about it.
I can.
Know nothing.
Our dear Joni Miron, this is by her. If you guys have the leaf motif masks and things, you'll recognize this. But so it's kind of on a smaller scale, but then turned into a block kind of thing. So yeah, and it really did turn out so beautifully. I was like, bang, that was awesome.
It's almost like it's a
it's very Art Nouveau-ish.
Art Nouveau-ish, but at the same time, it's just like a signature stamp, you know, that you would.
Oh yeah, this is mine.
A chop.
A chop.
Okay, so now you've seen the chickens. The chickens and the flowers, as far as I'm concerned, cannot be separated. If you're going to get the chickens, you need to get the flowers.
The flowers are the doodle flowers by Miriam.
They are just absolutely cute as a bug in a rug. And I mean, my gosh, look at these.
I was a little worried about putting these. I know. I was a little worried about making them in this scale.
Now this one got out of line.
But I'm so happy that they turned out because I wanted them to fit on ATCs. And this is not what Miriam probably had in mind at all. But sorry, not sorry, Miriam. Hopefully you're in love with these as much as we are as stamps and in this size. But I think and you got to buy them all. I was like, I'm not separating them. I'm not figuring out sets.
There's no reason for that.
They all go together because
I'm going to show you why they go together.
Yes,
today.
And they fit on ATCs.
And they fit on ATCs.
Yes. Hey, Jim.
But here's what, I'm really feeling very passionately about the whole political process and democracy as a whole as a way of, embracing your fellow man and that kind of thing.
Your fellow chicken.
So what I thought about was doing a chicken thing, where one chicken there's got two chickens.
You know what's funny is I almost called these chicken committee because I feel like they're making decisions.
Okay, so we've got one chicken, and it's going to be kind of chicken by committee, yeah.
But I call them cheeky chickens.
Cheeky chickens. Okay, I just think that they have, and this is where the whole thing with the words came in, because I think the dialogue is going to be really, really.
Yes. What are the chickens saying?
You're going to have to, what do you call that when you, in chemistry, where you put everything through it? Titrate. No.
Oh, look at you. I don't.
Not titrate. Anyway.
Oh, like through the little.
Yeah, and you're getting out things in distillation process.
Yeah, I was going to say, that sounds like distillery.
Okay. Yeah, but there is a titrate. Yeah.
Well, we have some science people in our chat, so I'm sure somebody will get us noted up.
They will set us on the right path there. Mm-hmm. And anyway, so then I got to thinking, all right, so what do I want to do today that is going to...
Yonka says that when she wants to tell a story, she uses her chickens as well. Who knew chickens were the storytellers of the world?
Chickens could be such an impactful,
right?
Impactful. What do I want to say? Persona.
Yeah.
Impactful personas. Yes, and the flowers are also going to be.
Don't let them foul you. That's funny.
Yes. Well, I shall build a fence to keep them contained.
Hey, we have fences.
We do have fences. We do have fences. All right. Next. And this sort of goes with them too. Now, I'm not sure about this one down here. I think this one's kind of goes with Halloween.
This is so Fran. Like, I mean, she's just...
This goes with her aliens.
These are friends.
But I think these are just wonderful.
She needed one to just disrupt the others, you know?
Like, there's always a one-off, Fran. I agree. I always have one-off. But here's what I want you to see. I think that this is so brilliant on Brad's part. I don't know if it's Brad or you.
You need to simmer down, lady. I've been processing most of these and deciding sizes and everything. Now he cuts them, but you know, he runs the machine out there.
You could do these in a big block, which that was an option. And there's not any reason not to. But when you have them like this, look what you can do.
Because, yeah,
you can mold them around to where you want them.
Now, on the one...
Now, this is pretty stiff.
Right.
This one's pretty stiff.
Right. And now, see, with that one, what she's talking about, see how I filled in the one spot, because I was like, I think that's going to be too delicate. Like, you're going to have to be able to...
See how you can take this. And you can, if you needed your words to have a little bit more room or something, you could move this over. I just thought, oh my God, so brilliant.
Yeah, we do take that stuff into consideration. Like, it is a thought process.
Well, I applaud it wholeheartedly, and this just cracked me up.
Sometimes I stress out about it.
Totally cracked me up. I don't know which way it's going to go. Yeah. I don't know if it's supposed to be like, is it a vine? Is it a horizontal vine? Is it a vertical vine?
Now, I called these branching out.
Branching out, yes.
But what did Fran... I don't know if Fran named them or not. I can't remember. Or she just called them like her leaf somethings, I think. It wasn't very, like, specific. So I felt I could make, creative liberties as far as naming.
All right. Now,
those you can get individually or buy them all as a set.
So this is number 1.
This is the same thing with these. Now it's listed as one thing called Shape Up. I came up with that.
All right. I think you already, I'm sure that you all will know where we're going with this. Lovely, wonderful backgrounds. Absolutely. You just need something back there, but you don't need a whole lot.
I was also telling P that I think that these would be fun to mix with the chickens. Because if you stamped these lightly in the background because of the shapes and things. And again, this all just sort of happened that they came together at the same time.
Well, here's what I envision. And I didn't do this today because, well, actually, I was busy writing my steps up. I had to write it twice. I envision stamping these again on the Yasutomo. I have a hard time.
I know, I did too.
Yasutomo papers, the lightweight papers, so that you can add them wherever you want, where you need something. That's how I envision these being used, is as a repetition, a background that doesn't scream at you, it just whispers to you.
Oh, there's more. But wait, there's more. I was like, this is all September stuff, for the most part, by the way. It's October 3rd. Thank you for your patience, everyone.
Timely. All right, now I've got to dig these out from under here because Mariah did such a fabulous, and this is what I envisioned.
That was my vision with them, too, and I had to make it happen. I even showed it in the... we don't always do that in the photos for the listing, but I did put this as one of the options just so people could kind of get an idea, especially when they're a little bit more simple designs and you're like, well, what would I use this for? Well, this is the kind of thing, creating backgrounds and a lot of times and I would use this on my ATCs, and I would again stamp the tissue, stamp the
Yasumo
Yasutomo
paper and then glue it down. The advantage of that is that you can move your placement around. You don't have to just commit to that one stamp and then hate it later. And you can, audition some colors, stamp it in red, stamp it in black, green, blue.
And again, these would be cool to mix with the chickens because like you could stamp them and like have a little, place. Because sometimes you don't need floating things on your, as my high school. Well, he was my junior high homeroom teacher, but he was my high school art teacher, Mr. Weed. So graciously wrote on one of my pieces of artwork that floating objects do not make for very good composition or something like that. I'm still dealing with that. It's fine.
And,
ground your work.
It really is true. And I mean, I'm thinking about my crow that I did the other day because he was kind of just floating out there in that field. So I
gave him some grass or
you
branch.
Don't have to. It doesn't have to be like major. Just maybe a little line, an indicator,
a branch.
There's, he's not like.
Yeah, electric wire.
And his wings aren't outstretched, so you can't say he's flying in. He has arrived, and you must indicate that. All right.
Hey, Linda.
Now, when we did that, I was pulling out some papers. So I want to show you this first.
I know, Joan.
Okay, y'all remember doing this yesterday? Day before yesterday.
Yeah, that'd be Tuesday.
That would be Tuesday. Okay.
Well, she showed it. She's like, isn't this interesting? And I'm like, well, you know what that is, right? And she hadn't put it together.
And I hadn't put it together. This is where I put down those 3 dots of this. And I went, and then kind of.
It just kept soaking it up?
Yeah, it sucked it up. I mean, so I put it
down. The brown color is very interesting. That is not explainable.
Totally. I mean, this is
maybe it sucked some of the stuff through from the other side.
I don't know, but I went ahead and used my golden, heavy body golden.
And Becky, your stuff will be in the mail. I'm waiting for your stamp samples to be cut, and then I will send it all out.
Okay, and so then I've got this little card, and this was just a little thing I was messing around with here on my, because I do that. I've got another one started over here. That's what I do.
That was all the stamps, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That's everybody.
That's everybody. So, and then I just came in. It was just a brayer off, and I wrote this out, and I wrote this out because I found this. I can't remember if Marcia
sent you that.
Well, she wrote it down someplace, and I copied it off there. Authenticity is a collection of choices we make every day. Renee Brown.
I like her. She lives in Houston. Do you know that?
I did not know that. But I thought that was so cool, and it was in a piece of paper, so I just cut it out at DC size, and I'm going to figure out. I might put a chicken on here.
Oh, it does. A chicken would be, yes. And now it has to be a good one. So authenticity is what?
Is a collection of choices we make every day.
Well, you should put the eyelashy one on there.
I should.
It's got the most pizzazz.
And I don't think the whole chicken's going to fit on there. But most of that chicken's going to fit.
Well, yeah, I mean, they do fit on an ATC, but, not with the writing.
To show up.
Yeah.
You got a real pretty purple stamp over there I
do. I don't know if you want... we have the Distress Oxide, but then we also have this color box business.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
No, I think I like that, but I'm going to try it over here.
And remember that there's already some oxide on the chicken. That will, I love that now the chicken is like just peeking over the... I love it because it could be like, you know, it's laying, it's nesting. It's nesting.
Doesn't have any feet, but I do. I like it. I like it a lot. All right, Mariah, I'm handing all of these off to you that I found, and here's the crow. See?
Oh, you did give him
just a little bit because I just got to looking at it. And see, I want this to be put in the
keeper champagne room.
In the champagne room because I happen to think that that's really bloody marvelous.
Mm-hmm.
I do like that authentic one too. But see all these? What I thought on the back here, you could...
Did you give me one of those for Eddie?
I haven't yet. No, because remember I was putting the backs on them.
You should give me one of those for Eddie because
I
still haven't sent out his stuff.
You can take whichever one of these that you want. I think you do have one of them. No, I've got all of them. Because these are the 3 that I made together.
Right. Eddie, who do you want? Sun God, Totem, or Shaman? Let us know in the chat.
Okay. And then I've got these just left over.
And hello to everybody that is coming in. Do say hello in the chat so we can say hello back. Give those thumbs upsies if you haven't already.
Mariah can mess with that. Okay. That was fun.
Okay. Sun God. He would like the Sun God.
Chicken. Cracks me up. Okay. Now, here's what Mariah did for me today. Well, I pulled this paper out. This is one of my doodle papers. I thought I had 2 of those.
No.
Just one?
Mm-hmm. Well, and then the weird one.
Okay, so, I mean, I don't know. I think that looks really cool.
Yeah.
You know this is my color right there. I mean, yeah, baby. Okay, so here's the original. And here's the copy. But we're going to make put some chickens on here.
Yeah, because she's like, well, should I... And I said, well, let me scan that. And then what I plan on doing is, if you want a free copy of this downloadable, you have to print it on your own. I will be putting a copy in the Makers of Mixed Media Art and Artists Facebook group in the little download area. You know, there's like files and whatnot. I will put one there that you can download. Or you can email me. Email will be showing up in the chat here shortly. I'm not going to put it on the website because I just want this to be something that those of you that are here and know about it can get it or request it.
Yeah.
Free-range chicken smelling the flowers. That's right.
Okay, so now I went through my stash of papers, and you know, I have a whole lot more than that. But this is the ones that I kind of decided, you know, this is very possibly... Put this chicken back over here with his friends. Just don't want to. That I'm going to go through, and remember, in this, we're at stage 1.
Mm-hmm. We're auditioning things, figuring out things, making piles. Going through piles.
But see, actually, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take this pile, the smaller pile of my large pile, which I've gone through the pile to determine that this was the pile that I wanted to.
Assessing piles is very important in stage 1.
Absolutely. And I'm going to try to make this background less obvious.
Zakatra has said that she loves your jewelry.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Somebody made these beads for me, these paper beads. You made these for me and sent them to me. I love them. I wear them. And I have to be careful because Mariah takes off with my
the
colorful.
I take them.
She just didn't take them because these were kind of long, so I had to do some work
no problem,
to make
Sophia.
them a little shorter, and I had to do some knotting and tying, and I'll probably take me, 45 minutes to get my necklaces off. I might have to sleep in them for a couple of days, but, I'm up for it.
Okay.
One must,
Yes, auditioning the piles.
All right, so I'm auditioning the piles. Now, I don't know that I'm going to use all these, but I'm going to change them out. And remember, what we're keeping in mind here is don't have to have a necessarily absolutely sameness. But I too kind of lean towards I want, there to be a cohesiveness.
Or at
it has
least
to have some kind of unity.
Right. Or at least the potential to be cohesive.
Yes. Thank you, Mariah.
Mm-hmm.
That was an excellent way to put that. All right, so basically what we're going to have to do here before we start is we're going to have to
remember all that stuff that was on the plates the other day?
Yeah, well, it's still there.
This is how this all goes.
Okay, and I apologize for that, but Mariah told me, she said, don't you dare do it.
No, because it's so frustrating.
It's so frustrating. And besides that, this might be a really good one for my, I'm liking this.
It is.
So much. Okay, now let's
straighten up that thing behind there.
All right. I know. I'm almost like it better from this side.
It is really good from that side. But I think once you get the color down, you're going to be
I think so, too. Did we just decide to do white?
Yes.
I think we did.
This has 3 layers on it, correct?
Yes.
Yes. That's
okay.
Right.
So we're just going to go with our heavy body.
Y'all want to see how this was made? It was actually done. Start to this point.
Yeah.
In the last stream. This will be a 2-stream. I don't know if we'll be able to pull it by the end, but maybe.
I don't think so. And the more layers, the more you want to let it dry completely. Yeah. You don't want to take that chance because basically what you're doing here is you're creating a totally you got to put down some stuff here. And what?
Eddie says her piles are like raspberries looking into an open grave. I don't know what that means. And then Becky says, Eddie, that's oddly specific. We have shirts if y'all want.
Yeah, it is. Okay, you can see that we've got these little track marks out there that aren't covering up.
Hi, Lee.
Those are probably going to be on for the next round. But we don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Covering up the chickens. Well, sort of covering up the chickens. And I do want to still stay with my
thanks, Mo.
Paper here. Well, I was going through the papers yesterday or the day before.
I'm still waiting for you to tell me that we need to. We have had that box of carnival tissue down there forever.
Well, I kind of quit using it there for a while. I mean, gee willikers.
Gee willikers is right.
Gee willikers.
I was thinking about cutting it up and start selling it in the shop.
Well, I guess you could. I mean, there's a lot of paper. I mean, how long has it been since we...
A while. Like a long while. It's months.
A long while.
Longer than I would have liked it to be, that's for sure.
All right, now let's see if we can start seeing. Oh, yeah, look.
Yeah.
Now you're seeing the eyes more. I would have liked, and see how down here I was kind of sad because it didn't quite take as good. I would have
liked more of that.
Looking back on it, that would be the way to go rather than the big heavy-duty gold. I think.
Mm-hmm.
I remember this was all that blue that just kept, the blue goo. Who knew? What?
I'm trying to figure out, I think I missed something.
Well, you're not talking to me. You didn't miss something.
No, because I wouldn't even be able to
something there.
Right, I wouldn't be able to explain it to you because I'm really not sure myself.
Oh, okay. I'm just patting this down.
Oh, see that? Okay.
All right. Did you want to tell me?
No.
Okay.
You'll have to come back and read the chat.
Okay.
It's good stuff happening.
All right, so here I've got whatever that is down underneath, Mariah can
That
tell
is a
you.
new one. It's called Scary Harry by Darcy. It's style 2. And then these are the Dragon Eyes by Yolande. Devin Rex for art here in the chat.
Okay, so I think we want to keep with this whole idea with the eyes, and I'm really liking the green, but I'm leaning towards the limey green. What do y'all think?
Yeah.
All right, let's.
Yeah, I like that.
All right, you can see. Can you see it? So the lines are where there's not going to be any paint.
Right.
But where you see the spaces, that's where this is going to show through.
Yeah, I think that's good. I do.
All right.
I like this layering. I think that's going to be pretty cool.
I think it is too. Yeah, they do have a flip lid, but I don't like it. I'm not going to be without enough paint I got.
Yeah.
I have to rub some off over here. That'll be okay.
Indeed.
Okay, this is semi-transparent, which is kind of nice because we're going to have a little bit of both.
Mm-hmm.
I do have some completely opaque of this limey green, but I'm not as fond of it.
The Liquitex one? Is that what you're talking about? Or are you talking about the Amsterdam one?
I'm talking,
yeah,
the
the
Liquitex.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the color of it quite so much.
It's ever
a
so...
little bluer.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, I didn't know. All right, and welcome to those of you who have come in. Do say hello in the chat so we can say hello back. Give those thumbsy upsies. Come on now, y'all. I see 64 and there's 102 of y'all. Start calling you out.
Get your little finger over there and upsy.
Upsies. And we thank you.
We do.
One of these days we're going to hit 10,000 subscribers. And then we will do a big old giveaway. I mean, we have a huge box.
A huge box.
And there's a huge box of paint just waiting to be sent out.
And I haven't even gone through. You know, every time we do one of these giveaways, I'm going to tell you what we do. We get out the stuff that I have put away that I consider precious.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it gets a little more unprecious as you go along. I like putting that up there on my computer. It dries it fast.
Mm-hmm. Love
cool
that.
Looking, huh?
Love that. I tell you, these dragon eyes, I mean, it's a cool design. Like, just looking at it, you go, oh, that's really cool. But the potential of it is even greater than the coolness of the design. You know, there are ones that you kind of go, okay, well, you know, that's nifty, like, if you're into dragons. But I think even if you aren't totally into the dragons, because the pattern of it is you don't even
really get the idea of the dragon eye. It's just that, you know, there's all of this wonderful movement.
Yes.
And I'm thinking ahead about what to pull this with. Kind of thinking maybe a light lavender.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes, maybe. Or you could go with one of the metallic colors and really, bump it up to...
Bump it up.
Super fun town.
Oh, and here. This is exactly what we did with this one. Remember, we had some very vigorous discussion over this.
Mm-hmm. And originally I did not agree with this.
And remember, I did have some stuff on the plate. And you can see a little bit of it here, there, and yon.
I think it's
I
not a deal breaker.
I do. I like this a lot. Okay, good. We've got a plate open now.
Hi, Sue.
I think that's so pretty. It looks so good with that lime green. I could have a whole room with that. All right, now I'm running out of places to put things. All right, here we go. You're gonna just take a minute here.
Okay. Clean up those edges.
You really push on it really, really hard, you have a better chance of getting it up.
And let me tell you, I do highly recommend the noiseless tape. I know it doesn't seem like a big deal, but it does work the best, I think. And it doesn't make the terrible noise when you're... And pulling the tape.
What?
Applying the tape. Unrolling the tape.
Oh, yeah, pulling it out.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, you know, this may not be something that you really care about, but really honestly, if you are into pulling a good print and not having it tear up on the edges, it's best to take care of this as you go along, because that's going to keep building up on the edge there.
Especially when you've put in the time and effort of a few layers of things, and then all of a sudden, you know, you're at your final pull and you haven't cleaned up your edges, and then it tears. And that's
going to make you very sad.
Mm-hmm. Oh, thanks, Mo. That's right. I totally forgot that I'd put it in the Amazon shop. That's how much I like it and I approve of it.
What is it?
Noiseless tape.
Oh.
It's a thing.
That was kind of pretty tape, but I don't know. The design wasn't good enough that it was going to be any.
Oh, no.
Anything to write home about. All right.
She meant keeping the paint from the tape. Some of it's worth.
You know, I really like this print.
Mm-hmm.
And I want you just to visualize, because you've got to kind of think about, all right, so where am I going to go with this? Well, if this is going to be a background for my chickens and my flowers, I kind of need to make it go into the background ever so slightly. Feeling a little pokey thing there. Okay, so you see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So my options are, I can go pick a color here and sort of go with a transparent, so that all the everything on here is going to become, you know, maybe lime green. Maybe everything on here is going to become turquoise green, phthalo green.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
Then you can come back in and you can go ahead and add other things like your little flowers.
Hey, Sue.
I mean, you know, I can just visualize them in pink. My chickens in you know, like.
So you're gonna like
green,
make that a little more
yellow,
more low contrast.
Low contrast.
It's gonna low contrast.
Low.
And then the chickens are gonna be in with the gondolas.
And the chickens in the gondolas.
Mm-hmm.
Is Fran here today?
I haven't seen her, and I messaged her. I told her that we'd be showing her stamps.
Well,
she's not always online.
Snooze you lose, Fran.
She's kind of, you know, she's hit or miss.
All right, so here's what I'm thinking. I don't know if this is a good idea, though. I really think I should just go with my original. But this would be a good color for the chickens or the flowers. Put that away. All right, so let's just go with, I've got anthraquinine. That could be something interesting.
Thank you for that information, Sherry. Appreciate that.
Okay, we're going to go with this. And I'm going to squirt out some of the Oh, look, see, I haven't wrote down my list of things I was going to talk about today. Well, we're going. Made it through the list. But I didn't really finish the list.
Yeah.
Okay, anthraquinone. Now, what do we know about anthraquinone? Don't tell him, Mariah.
Y'all answer in the chat, because she told me to. Because I was about to.
I know that you were. I knew that you wanted to.
Oh, that's funny. Dee Dee says chickens and flowers purchased. And maybe some spider webs too.
Okay, now.
I love it.
Where is my low crazing extender? Why am I using this? Do I want to use this?
I don't know, but it seems that you are a yes. Anyway, she's with the blue paint. I don't know if y'all heard that or not, or I'm waiting for delay or this, that, the other, but maybe by the time it gets through and who's it, what's it. The anthraquinone blues of all sorts tend to dry pretty quickly. It was noted, who let me know this? Kim, I think. Kim said something about, because cobalt in particular is a very fast drying pigment. It dries things, like it dries things out. That's what she's alluding to there. But yes, the blue paints tend to dry faster. So if you want to extend their drying time, something like a glazing medium, or even the if you want a retarder, like the U.S. Art Supply, Golden, many of the paint companies or medium type places or brands will carry a paint extender, meaning it adds to the drying time.
Okay, I'm trying to get this down to a little bit more transparency. And I have to work quickly because even though I've got that extender out there.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you know, we had suspected that there was, you know, some particular reason that the blues dried quickly, but it was confirmed. I had not researched it, you know, like give y'all the full-on note-up information about all that. You do win, Paula. That's a transfer. That's the only way she can get them, and happily. She's very excited every time she does. You notice she always like...
Okay, I love it. I just see orange chickens and pink flowers on this. I mean, does that just blow your mind?
I love it if you love it.
You don't love it?
But I love that you love it. There we go. I'll say it that way. I love that you love it. Get after it.
I do love it.
Put your chickens down.
I do love it.
Make some.
And I'm going to just let this dry. I have to, because this is the only large...
Well, you could put a piece of tissue down there and pull it up and be done with it. Because do you need the plate? That we really remember was kind of one of the things that we were working towards.
It is, but you don't have to get testy about it, Mariah.
Okay. I was just
keeping
you on track.
She's keeping me on track.
Not letting your gondolas, you know, get all backed up.
Yeah, constipate the flow of the gondolas.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, look at this. I mean...
That I like. That I'm very interested in.
I love that. I think that might be my color theme.
Yeah?
But now here's the other one that I was going to use.
I don't know that that's what you want to do right now.
No, it's not.
Even with that extender, that stuff was already pretty well dry. The paper that Pia is using is the 32-pound hammer mill. I like to throw that information out there every once in a while in case you're new and don't know what the heck is going on here. This is called Gelli printing, aka mono printing, where you get 1 million individual prints. I think the mono printing sometimes is a little not true to its,
Well, it depends on what kind of paint you use.
That's true. Well, you get, one print after the other.
Now look at this.
Oh, Paula would like me to let you know that she is putting little witch hats on her chickens today. She's going to post that tomorrow. Stay tuned, y'all. Witchy chickens. They're having a different kind of committee. That's a coven. A coven of chickens. I love it.
A frightening flock.
That was good.
Okay, now look at that. Isn't that just wonderful? Okay, now I still got this, and I've still got this here.
A group of chickens is a brood. Because I looked that up because I was like, all right, because y'all know I like to make up good, funny names and everything, but brooding chickens was,
Broody. Broody, okay.
And I always thought like a brood meant like the hens, not,
Yeah, that they were setting on the nest and they were.
Right. And then I don't know if these chickens, if they're, because they have the thing on the, a lot of them, if not all of them, have the thing, which I thought was really roosters, right? I don't think hens
roosters have a comb.
But the thing
that's called the comb.
Up here, I thought the comb, that's a
wattle.
It's like turkeys.
I got me some knowledge about this chicken stuff.
She's filled up with her foul information.
Cotta. Come from a long line of fowlers.
I know that's right. Ah.
What?
I love y'all. That's funny. Darcy says nothing like a coven in the oven.
Oh, that would be what you call those little bitty ones. Cornish game hens are a coven in the oven.
Mm-hmm. Cooking a coven.
Carmichael, my second husband, used his idea of buying chickens was not you didn't buy the skinny chickens because they weren't healthy. You buy the big fat ones because they were healthy.
And what did you tell him?
Sometimes I don't want a big fat chicken because I want it to cook quickly, and
I don't need a big.
He says, "Well, you realize that they were, kind of sickly."
I don't know that that's true.
I know. I don't think it was true either. I think
maybe they were really fit.
They were sprinters. Run. I mean, you never see anything. My sister has chickens. Chickens are a hoot. I mean, they are a hoot to watch. And they would going after grasshoppers. You think a chicken can't move out? I'm telling you, those chickens can just burn some rubber.
Mm-hmm. Ricky says chickens are vicious.
They are vicious. They will eat each other. Okay, well, we kind of got that cleaned off.
Bye, Devin. Thanks for hanging.
I mean,
is that enough chicken knowledge for you?
I've got some.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking, Darcy.
What?
The big ones are probably filled with growth hormones. They aren't the, happy.
Well, this was back in the days when there wasn't such a thing.
Yeah.
That I think. I don't know. Maybe not. All right.
Oh, geese. I've been bit by a duck.
They can be mean too.
Mm-hmm.
We used to have banty roosters. You know what banty chickens are small ones.
Mm-hmm.
These little banty roosters, they were mean little a-holes. And you'd go out to pick eggs, and they would flog you.
That's what Ricky was talking about.
So I used to take a stick and I bat that chicken across. But I mean, he did not learn every time. It was just, come back for more.
Oh, good God.
But what was terrible is sometimes, he wasn't out there. You'd be all thinking,
and then he'd sneak up.
Oh, everything's okay. Oh, he'd sneak up behind you and attack your legs in a flurry of activity. Chickens are.
Oh, Zenjen says she sees the blue on your hands. Be careful. That might be left over from the other day. No, this is new blue.
No, it's new blue.
New blue. No, he was protecting. Moses, your roosters laid eggs? No, he was protecting the eggs. But
he was protecting the hens and whatnot. He was just a little...
He was, yeah.
But my cousin...
looky there!
Oh, my gosh. My cousin...
Transfer, y'all.
My cousin thought that when she wanted to say a really bad word, she'd call you a banty rooster because she thought that was like the ultimate bad word.
Oh, that's funny.
You banty rooster?
I love it. Oh, that's funny.
Well, I think we're just going to put some eyes on some eyes here. I don't know. That doesn't seem like a good idea, does it?
Mm-hmm. Oh, hey, Gray. Hey, Gray has a quarter-size scar on the back of her leg from a rogue rooster attack.
I'll tell you what,
I had a scar across my finger from that duck that bit me. And it was supposed to be a pet duck, but it was not a pet duck.
Oh, it didn't like you.
It didn't.
Oh, okay.
I think the scar is in like kind of one of my, finger wrinkles. So like, but there for a long time, like when I was younger, because it happened when I was younger, it was on the smooth part of my skin. And you could see it for a long time. I like to talk about it.
She does. She had a baby.
And I had a baby.
That used to be whipped out at every possible.
Oh, it still is very applicable.
And I read an article that said having babies actually does make your brain do
it changes
odd things.
Yeah, it changes your brain.
Changes the chemistry of your brain. I'm getting a little bit more up there because I've been having trouble getting that.
Well, yeah, I've noticed. I've been watching you kind of put down the paper. I wasn't going to say anything. But yes, it's good that you
moved it up there a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Itchy nose.
She's getting transfers like just left and right.
This is how I make transfer.
Mm-hmm.
Totally accidental.
Accidental.
If I tried to do that, there's no way in hell that would happen.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, I've got some stuff going on here. I think this is going to be interesting, depending on what I use to pull it with. Mariah?
What?
I'm getting mighty low on this.
You need to make the list.
I do. And I don't remember what the other one was.
Well, I think we need to get you a heavy body green gold.
That's not open.
Correct.
I've got open.
Right.
All right, I was going to use that piece of paper, but I'm not going to. I'm going to, because I really like this, what's going on here.
Okay. Rhonda wants to know what was the blue paint again. Can you show the...
Oh, that I just put down there?
No, that was the dye. That's diamine purple,
Yeah.
But the blue color that you did. So that's the...
Airbrush medium added.
Turquoise phthalo. I love that color, actually. A lot. Don't you have that in the, you have it in, do you have it in the heavy body? That Utrecht is similar.
Utrecht is similar, very similar. But yeah, I think I do. See, that's really close.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Awesome color, though.
Very awesome color.
Oh, well done on pulling that. Down and then up. I like the effect of it.
Isn't it? It has a
watery.
Totally different feel to the paint.
Mm-hmm. Watery.
Watery. Underwater dragons. Then you've got this other thing, which it just, that happens. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But yes, it has a whole different feel to it. All right, now we need to get a.
You got 40 minutes.
Well, that's a long time.
I don't know. Are you gonna be stamping chickens today, or were you just kind of?
Well, I don't know. Okay, I do like this.
That one is pretty groovy. You just did that one a minute ago.
Mm-hmm. What it was it was a brayer off.
Yeah.
And then I put that other color on top of it, and I'm really liking that. Really liking that. I do like this, but I'm starting to get grainy on it.
Mm-hmm. It's not a good stamping surface.
It isn't a good stamping surface. That's one of the reasons that when you do your we're going to give this another little okay, this is cerulean blue with airbrush medium. I just want to fill in some of the places on here.
Yeah.
That are white.
This is one of your mixtures.
This is one of my mixtures.
Okay. I don't know that that's going to do a lot.
You're going to be surprised.
Okay. Hey, Kit.
Remember, these were the ones that I used, and I had to change papers every time because the blue was.
And let me tell you, like, stacking that stuff and figuring it out after the stream was quite the. And she couldn't get anywhere because she was blocked in by everything.
Okay, now see that edge up there?
Mm-hmm.
You get more than you think with that.
Yeah.
See my little purple chickens a little bit?
Yeah.
Not a whole lot, though.
It's a little bit of chicken.
That's a good glazing technique. All right, now this is kind of the same thing. What?
I don't know. You're just funny sometimes. You make me chuckle.
Oh.
That was more of the turquoise phthalo.
With the other product added.
Airbrush medium added.
I can tell it's pretty ushy.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of paint there. Sometimes you get some really cool results when you do that. And sometimes it just kind of, I don't know. We shall see.
She does.
Here we go again. All right, now see, it didn't cover up that edge up there, but I'm just going to
dip it back in.
See how cool that looks?
It does.
All right, now where's that other one? It's got a strip of stuff here.
I like that one.
You're still gonna like it. I'll get a little bit more. Use some of my airbrush.
That's a mixture.
Mixture.
Green gold with
airbrush mixture stuff in it.
Maybe some other things. Was this the one I like?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm afraid if you keep putting layers on it, you're not going to see the...
Yes, you are.
Okay.
That's what I did. Every layer I put on here is transparent. All it's doing is just creating a layered, glassy.
Well, especially when you're using the fluids. But yes.
Look at that.
Okay.
I think that looks really good. That's a nice even coat.
It does, yes, Jen. And that was kind of one of P's things that she'd mentioned the other day, that's why she was happy with keeping the big plate big, because she can cover the full sheet. That is definitely the advantage of a larger.
It really honestly is. Look at this brayer. It's looking so cool. This is looking pretty good too.
That is also an option, Miriam. Just as you can use little papers too.
You can use what?
Little papers.
Yeah.
On your big or on your 8x10. Yeah, size matters.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, this has got some kind of shiny stuff in it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
That's a full on just who's it, what's it.
Yeah. It's
Not Yanka.
Who's it, what's it.
So this is your color palette.
I'm thinking so. Because I just think it looks so good with the orange and the pink as a
Now, my question to you, are you going to make the book out of these papers, or are you going to make panels like I suggested, and then I photograph them and then lay them out into a booklet?
I don't know.
You don't know. Okay.
I think it's too early to determine that.
Okay.
A lot will depend on... Whoa. A lot will depend on how... Oh, gosh, this looks so cool.
Oh, I love that. A little sad about what happened there in the middle.
Well, I don't know why.
Well, I don't... It's very wet.
It's very wet. That was where the brayer off went down through.
Yeah. I get that. Oh, thanks, Mo. Mo did put a link to the Gel Press affiliate link. Thank you. If you guys are buying plates, would love it. Buy direct from them. That's awesome. Also, just a note that Jade Green, Terracotta, and Radiant Yellow are the color combos for this month. I read some comments. There were some people that were just not loving on the Radiant Yellow very much.
The radiant yellow?
Yeah, which is basically cheddar.
Oh.
I know.
Well.
Not everybody has like a love of an orangey, cheddary color. I love it.
Hey, that orangey cheddary color looks fabuloso with this color right here.
Well, or the Jade.
And it looks fabulous with that mucky orange too.
Yeah.
Because look at this. If I just put yellow on that, that's going to become cheddar. Right now it's red orange, but look at that.
Paula
look at that gorgeous paper.
Paula's struggling with this month's color combo.
Well, what is it? Let's do some.
Okay. As I said, so Jade Green, which was kind of, was it Jade Green or Sage? Why am I thinking Sage?
We had Sage last month.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's where my brain is. Yeah, Jade Green, which is almost like a, I don't know. Jade comes in lots of colors. So I think that's
what I have out here.
Yes. So I think you could kind of, there's some leeway there.
I'm just kind of, I'm not being very meticulous or anything. I'm just, just doing that.
And then terracotta.
I love terracotta. But now we do have a little, we discussed this terracotta thing.
Well, and the one that
is it pinky terracotta?
Yeah, it's a pinky terracotta that she posted. But because, again, and that was also mentioned in the comments.
That isn't always, it can be, if you're
kind of a
reddish brown. But this can almost be a pink.
That's the one that she has, which I like in this color combo with a jade green and then the radiant yellow, which is really like cheddar.
Okay. So if we want jade green, I mean
Jenkins with white would get.
I don't think so.
No.
I mean, unless you were
like, that's a jade green to me. I mean, you want me to go get a piece of jade?
Step into my bedroom there and grab the jade green necklace with the, I think it has a dragon on it. I don't know.
This one?
No, bedroom. That's not it.
Oh, this is fish.
No, that is not jade green. In behind the door.
But it's jade. Isn't it?
Yes. You go behind. Go behind. I'm gonna kick your butt. I think when people say jade green, that there is definitely a specific green. And as soon as Mariah finds my necklace, if I have to get up and go find it, I think it's towards the top, Mariah. She found it.
Yeah. Those are also.
Yeah. Okay. Let's just move this aside for a sec here. Can't put it down on that stuff because it's wet. Oh. What the deal is there? Okay. So this is what I envision jade being. Now these are I think these are like some kind of agate.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Gosh, they're heavy. Yeah, and this is really cool. See those little in between beads?
Hold it up more into the camera so people.
Those are made out of. These beads come from Africa, and they're made from melted down airplane parts.
Oh, they're like aluminum.
Aluminium.
Well, that helps distribute out the weight because those other ones are heavy little boogers.
They are heavy little boogers. But aren't they beautiful? And they look so. This looks so good together. But yes, this is what I consider to be jade. This color right here. So if we were to make that, and I think that you have to stay with a transparent if you want to be true to the color, because look at the translucence of that jade.
Oh, did I not, Mark? I gotta fix that. That's my bad.
What?
Oh, I didn't change out one of the pictures. He wouldn't know if he got beetles with the branches. No, you don't get beetles with the branches. So let me fix that.
I need to
And most of those sweet.
I don't know why I don't wear those. So, okay, let's, now I have things that I need to put stuff down on, but we're not going to do that right now. I got some more stuff over here, y'all. But let's do this. All right, got stuff falling out here. I'll put it back. All right, I'm going to just go out on a limb here. That might have a little bit much red in it.
All right, you should have that fixed now. There you go.
What?
Because usually when I'm listing things, we take a previous listing and duplicate it. And if you don't clear out all the stuff, and then I hadn't swapped out the combo picture in the listing. Oh yeah, definitely, Cheryl. That's all right. So you took the turquoise phthalo, put Indian yellow, and a wee bit of white.
It wasn't white. It was the gack.
Oh, the gack. Sorry,
yeah.
The gack. Why'd you put the gack in with it? Just to
just
kind of thin it out.
Okay, now I think that's just a little bit too bright.
Yeah, I'm thinking white. You need a little white in there.
You think so?
A little white.
Mariah, I will lose my translucency if I use white.
I hear you. That, I mean, ever so slightly brightened it up.
Okay, I'm going to put, this may be the wrong thing. I don't know.
Hello, Melanie. Well, thank you. And welcome to those of you that have come in. Do say hello in the chat so we can say hello back. Give those thumbsy upsies if you haven't already. And if you're new to the channel, please do subscribe. One of these days we'll hit 10,000 subscribers, and when we do that, we're gonna do a big old giveaway.
Okay, now look at that.
You just have to pay for shipping. I like to say that when we do the big old giveaway talk. Yeah, I like that. I wouldn't go, like, this would not be my, oh, I think that's jade green, but if you think it's jade green, I'm all about it, sister.
I'm going to make it slightly more transparent.
Okay. I like that idea. Oh, I like, is that a new one, Mo? Or have you been doing that one? I like that.
We're going to stiffen it up.
Mo said it wasn't new. I just caught it. I like all the emojis.
You like what?
Mo has a little...
Oh, I love those that green heart there. Whose is that?
That was Eddie. Good job, Eddie.
Good job, Eddie. I may end up, you know, here with a
vat.
A vat.
Of that. You got 20 minutes. Thought you would want to know.
Look at that. Isn't that, I mean.
Yes, I love that. That's you're getting closer to what I think, but I don't know. I mean, I think once you roll it out too, it's going to be a little different. So.
You know, I watch these people with perfectly manicured fingernails and everything, and they manage to get through a whole session of gel printing, and they look really good. I think maybe they cut away and clean up every now and then, you know?
Maybe.
It makes me very suspicious.
I think your approach is just different. You're a little more in it.
Okay. So we've got our green there. Now, what was the other color? Jade green.
Yeah,
and this is how we made jade green. Remember, this was just a teensy tiny little bit.
And terracotta is your next one.
Terracotta. Oh, well, we'll just leave these two because look at that. I mean, that's just about there. As far as I'm concerned. I'm kind of getting low on my. I have to pull something off or do something. Oh well, we just got some stupid thing on there.
Just do your terracotta there. It's kind of pinkish anyway.
My terracotta is pinkish?
Well, I mean, that's what we're going for.
Okay.
Yeah, and there's pink on the plate, so there.
There we go. Okay, Indian yellow. A little bit of burnt sienna.
That's a good call there. Okay.
And see, and this is cool because these are colors that were used in the other, so they already have like a relationship. And then we're have a little.
Oh, well, that's an interesting choice. She's going to go for the deeper, more jeweled tones of these colors. That's what I'm throwing out there. So if you are part of the Makers of Mixed Media Art and Artist Facebook group, and you do see the post that is by Paula that lets you know who the you know who's it, what's it, all the color combo information, you'll see that they are a little lighter. But we do highly encourage y'all that, you know, you don't have to be spot on. They're suggestions.
Okay, I know I handed you one of my palette knives the other day, and I'm going to try not to get
Paula, was this what you were kind of running into? She said she was struggling with the color combo.
Oh.
I'm curious.
Now, I want to, what is the last one?
Just cheddar. Would you please just put cheddar out there and then you'll be good? Or do you want to mix it? You can mix it if you want, but basically you're trying to get the cheddar.
Terracotta. Yeah?
Yeah. That's the darker one, and I think that's what most people think of with terracotta. Now, the one that is listed on the color combo is a little more pinky. The pinky-ish, pinker, lighter.
Well, now we can add a little bit more, and I'm almost tempted to do that simply because I want to have more color differentiation between my cheddar and my...
Yeah, that's probably true.
So we're going to pink it up a bit. Now, I still want it to be translucent, so I'm not putting white with it. Once you put white with it, you now have opaque. Y'all know that, right? Now see, that's has a little bit more pink to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? I'm going to add just a teensy tiny bitty bitty bit of blue to brown it out just ever so much, because I'm thinking we're still too close to cheddar. Because I'm just looking at my, where the hell's cheddar over here? Oh, I got it on the thing here. See? It's like they're too close.
Oh, toning it down, huh?
Browning it out ever so slightly. I may got a little carried away with that. You saw how little I put out there.
Oh, there you go. That's a great way to go about it. So Deb says, like, so the Pantone swatch that is in the post is more like when it's dry terracotta. But when you wet the terracotta, like, you know, when you get your plant, you know, you have them in pots.
All right, now see, look.
Yeah,
that's going to work better with the cheddar. And all I did was add a tiny bit of blue.
Mm-hmm.
Saw that. Okay, I'm out of spatulas. Okay, now we've got 2 down here. Hopefully I've got another. I might have to pull something. Okay, this has got some orange stuff on it. Okay, well, we can make this work. So, we want cheddar, right?
Yes.
All right, we're going to oomph it up just ever so slightly.
And that's probably not a terrible idea, because I would say that the cheddar 218 Amsterdam is probably a little darker than what radiant yellow is. So if you put a little yellow with
burnt sienna with it.
Why are you putting the burnt sienna with it?
You don't think
you
so?
need to go up.
Up, okay.
Yeah.
Got it. So what we'll do is we'll put a little of this with it. Yeah?
Mm-hmm. And actually, that's probably closer to like what... And actually, there's a really great mix. Between cheddar, which is 218, and then the 210, you're going to get a good radiant yellow.
Okay, look at... I think that's pretty good.
Yeah.
It isn't something that I would probably jump right on as a color combo, but
Oh, I like it.
These 2 colors together?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. What are we going to do here? Got purple. But that would be taking away from our color combo, right? All right, what if I ombre on this? No, that's too much. What about... Okay, I've already got that on there.
Oh, I love that. And I think actually your radiant yellow with that would be really pretty cool.
It would, And it'd almost be the color combo too. Almost. All right, we've got, what do we got here? I can pull this. I would like to start over with a new.
Fresh.
A fresh.
You don't want to make those other kinds of decisions right now. It's feeling complicated.
Feeling complicated. What I'm going to do is I'm going to ombre on these
I think so too, Becky.
3 colors that I'm going to put down. We'll talk about this print at a later date, but look at that. Yeah, I kind of lost my whatever on that. Air conditioner's really getting on my very last nerve. Okie dokie. I want you to be able to see what I'm doing. I can kind of see what I'm doing. I'll be having Mariah screaming at me any minute now. Line up garages. Okay. Now, here's the thing. When you're doing this ombre, you want to have, I would like for the green to be next to the yellow because it's going to make a yellow green. And then I would like the yellow to be next to the terracotta.
That is a very good idea.
Do you see why?
Yes, because your blending's going to be...
I think your blending is going, and you need to think about that, because if you put the terracotta next to the green, you're going to get a whole lot of brown.
Yeah.
And I don't know, that may not be. Okay, now what did I just say? Okay, so I want...
So what was that I just convinced myself of?
Okay, so I want green there, yellow there, and terracotta there. That's what I want.
Yeah.
Green.
That is so true, Deb. She says, there's another pro tip. Order of colors matter in an ombre, for sure.
It really does. I can't say that enough to really bring that home, because it really honestly.
And I just heard from Scotty.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Okay.
All right. What I'm doing right now is I'm because I don't really have enough on here to do.
Mm-hmm.
We're just going to have to hope this is going to be a really marvelous print, because I don't really have enough to do another one. So I'll just make this a taper.
Mm-hmm.
You understand the taper?
Taper.
Looks very good. Really helps if you do clean off your spatulas as you go along. I might be able to do another green. I've gotten a lot of green. I'll mix that together, make that work. Okay. We need Big Bertha here.
Yes, big plate and big brayer ombre.
And we need to get this out of here so that I can.
Some of y'all might be new. The reason that's key is because if you used a smaller brayer with this, it's going to mix up too much. So if you really want to hold your color blocks, but yet have them do the nice ombre blending, having one large brayer that will cover the plate, you're going to have more success with it. Not to say that it can't be done with a little brayer, but it's a lot easier.
All right. Now, the reason I'm using this is because of these large swoopy open places.
Swoopy open places.
Swoopy open places.
Very nice.
Kind of like the Mexican flag.
Seeing that green lightened up quite a bit, like there on the plate, and I think depending on, sort of what happens with what gets mixed in. Now the terracotta, I think she's way off base there, but that's okay. Like I said, it's wet terracotta.
I'm calling BS on that one. This is terracotta.
From the earth.
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma terracotta.
Yeah, right by the banks of the river where it's wet.
No, actually, it's really close to the highway.
Oh, where it's dry and blowing up on the car. Oh, goodness. Yes. So this plate size is an 8x10. Because you can kind of tell that the stencil is a 9x12. So that's why it's gone over the edges and everything. And then that brayer is it's not 8 inches. But I don't think is it 7 or 6? I can't remember exactly. It was weird because the size that it says that it is on the listing.
Oh, I see.
So something else to keep in mind what she's struggling with here is that she's put down a regular piece of paper. So
not tissue.
Yeah.
But look, that's pretty darn.
And you've pretty much eaten up your green through the hootie doos, but you still got some other But that is a mighty fine ombre.
I think it's mighty fine. And I'm probably
7 and 3. See, that's right.
What?
Yeah, so they say that it's an 8-inch brayer, but it's not really 8 inches. It's 7 3/4. That's right.
Having a little
kind of like lumber
here.
They do that. 4x4 lumber really isn't 4x4. And then it depends on if it's a rough cut cedar or something like that. Then it is closer to actually could be 4x4. But if you're talking about a pressure treated, then it's really gonna be more 3.5, 3.5. I don't know if y'all know that or not, but there you go. Come here for the tips and tricks, y'all. Might learn some art things about wood.
Lumber.
I like that. Well done.
There we go. And look, we've got this. And this.
Well done.
I think that's pretty dadgum terracotta.
Yes.
And especially in its form here.
Yeah.
When it's thinned out a bit.
Yes.
That's really, I think, all I needed to do. Because see this? Is just put some more of the medium with it to make it a little less.
Eddie said that a man wrote that description of the brayer size.
Kind of like fish.
Yes, the fishing stories. How big is your brayer? It's 8 inches.
And we have a really pretty stencil here. Okay.
Okay, they said we should never doubt P, Jen says. Love it. Okay, and look at that.
Hey, and you know what else?
458.
I got transfers today.
Yeah, she did.
So
3 of them.
Yeah. Totally unintended, but I'm going to take it. Here, this is
Eddie
a transfer.
said that's why he always carries a ruler with him. Fact checking.
Well, Eddie, you probably need to go to a tape. What do you call them?
Yeah, tape measure.
Tape measure, thank you.
In case things get longer than 12 inches or whatever. What kind of ruler are you carrying around, Eddie? That's what we want to know.
Yeah.
Is it
I
a
was going
tape
to say,
measure?
I got my little 6-incher. That is not going to help you out when you're trying to get an 8-inch measurement. Just saying. Okay, where's my...
Oh, he uses the tailor's tape. That way he can get around, too.
Oh, yes, it's flexible.
It's not even just...
Yeah, that's good thinking. Tailor's tape. I did not know that was...
Hey, and it goes in your pocket very nicely. You can roll it up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Does it have a little retractor button?
No, usually tailor's tape is just like the, you wind it up.
Oh, if they have them in the...
Yeah, kind of thing.
Yeah. Has a little thing on the
circumference.
end.
That's right.
You hold on to. Okay, hey, I think I redeemed myself.
You did. I love it.
And I'm just, I'm thinking that something like this might work for the chickens. I can just see little red chickens going across there, maybe.
We'll get the stamping on Sunday.
I will do some.
Or you can get some pre-stamping.
I will do some stamping on the tissue-ish.
Oh.
Yasutomo.
Yasutomo.
Mm-hmm. Yasutomo paper. Mm-hmm. And get that done ahead of time so that we can more easily audition chickens for different environments.
Right. Alrighty, my Arty friends. That concludes our Thursday Arty business and whatnot. We'll be back here on Sunday as promised. More chickens and what's it, I think, and stories. And we're going to figure out the zine thing. We're going to get a better handle on the structure and where we're headed. But anyway, thanks for hanging with us today. We'll see you back then. Bye.
Bye. Oh.
Love you like a long haul.